You've learned a lot of Python so far. You know how to represent numerical and text data, and you know how to store collections of data in lists, sets, and dictionaries.
Yes, you've collected a set of tools for working with data. You can use Python's built-in methods and functions, and you can write functions of your own. You can iterate with loops and make conditional decisions with if and else.
With these tools, you can solve most programming problems. Sure, there's more to Python than what we've covered so far, and we'll get to more topics later on. But now, it's time to apply the skills you've learned so you can practice the craft of programming.
That's right. Programming is more than just syntax. To solve a problem, you need to define it first. For example, you'll need to think about inputs to the program and the results that it should give as output.
Once you've thought through the goals of your program, you need to think about how to break the program down into smaller pieces. Then, you need to evaluate your plan to make sure it solves the original problem. I often find that when I plan a new program, I realize that the problem was more complicated than I had assumed. Planning before coding helps me understand the problem better.
There are other things to keep in mind when you do begin coding. You'll want to write some test cases so that you can check that your code does what it's supposed to do. You also need to make your code readable. If your code is so complicated that you can only just understand it as you write it, you have no hope of understanding it later on.
Before we move on to the next topics, there will be a lab that'll let you practice these skills.
Good luck! As you work, remember to break problems into smaller pieces, to plan, and to focus on readability. We'll see you soon.